What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning into the channel. This is Justin Daniel and you're watching Justin Daniel Finance, and I really appreciate you tuning in. Today I wanted to drop a video about Palantir, and in advance of their earnings report, which is going to be coming out here on August 12th, so coming up soon next week, that's Thursday, August 12th, Palantir is going to be releasing their quarterly earnings report, and in anticipation of that, I wanted to give a little prediction about what might happen with the price action. And just as a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor and this is not advice. And when it comes to something like earnings, you know, anything really can happen. Even if a company does blow out earnings, it's possible that the market doesn't react positively and vice versa. So you never really know for sure how the market's going to react, even if it's good news or bad news, if they beat the expectations, if they don't beat the expectations, you know, if they increase their guidance for the future or pull back on that. You know, you never really know exactly. But it's kind of fun just to speculate on what's going to happen. Today it closed at $22.30, and you know, it's kind of been trading tightly in that range for the last few weeks. It seems like it's basically, you know, between 21 to 23, but kind of around that $22 range is where it's been sitting. So it's going to be interesting to see, will the earnings report make any difference in terms of momentum with the stock? And you know, I for one certainly hope that it gives it some positive momentum, because as many of you who do watch this channel know, Palantir is definitely one of my favorite stocks out there. I think it's a great company. It's currently my second largest position in my portfolio, and it's a company that I do plan on holding for quite some years because I do expect a lot of growth, and that's just my opinion. And I'm sure a lot of you out there feel the same way because it is a well-loved stock with a lot of people. And before I jump into it too much further, I just do want to ask, would you mind please subscribing to the channel and liking the video? Your support is what keeps this channel going. It's greatly appreciated, and so I do just want to get that out of the way and say thank you because I do appreciate it. All right, so I am looking at an article here, and this one is from Investor Place, and I'm going to put it up here on the screen too so everyone can kind of follow along with what I'm reading. But I love the headline of this because it basically says that Palantir stock should rise by 57% up to $34. And I would love it if that was the case. I'm sure a lot of other people out there would love that too. If, and as a result of the earnings, the market reacted favorably, and it did in fact go up by this, you know, over 50% in a short period of time, up to a $34 price. That would be wonderful to see. So, you know, I hope that may be the case. So let's take a look at the reason why. And it's basically saying here, Palantir Technologies will release its earnings for Q2 on August 12th before the market opens. If earnings follow what happened in Q1, expect to see the software company show powerful free cash flow results. Since the company reported its Q1 results on May 11th, Palantir stock has risen by 7.4 from $20.21 up to $21.71 as of the end of July 30th. I believe that it's worth at least 57% more at $34. So this is slightly over the $33.59 target price that was put forth on the last article that this author wrote, and at that time Palantir stock closed at $26.78. The main reason for the higher estimates for the company's FCF, which again is free cash flow, using the analyst updated forecast. So since then, the software company has since announced a number of major deals. And as a result, analysts have raised their forecast for sales and earnings. And in a little bit, I'm going to put up some of the analysts' kind of sales and revenue earnings expectations so that you can kind of see some cool graphs and stuff like that. And also, when they talk about some of the deals that Palantir has done, I definitely would recommend that you go back and take a look at one of my past videos where I was kind of highlighting all these different deals they've been doing within the SPAC world, which is really neat because I think it's definitely going to be another way that they're going to increase that revenue, those earnings, and the cash flow through these investments with a lot of cool companies in these emerging sectors, such as like the vertical takeoff, vehicles and stem cells and robotics and a lot of stuff. So go check that out if you haven't seen that video. You can find it by going directly to my page and taking a look, and I kind of highlight all of those. But let's get back into the article. So the main thing that Palantir announced was its huge FCF margins for Q1, and this can be seen on page 5 of the Q1 slide deck. So if you can go to the this article and click on that if you want to see it, it shows that it rose from a negative $290 million to $151 million on March 31st. So that's huge, 44.3%. Here's how we can use this according to this author. Analysts now estimate that revenue for 2022 will rise to $1.92 billion from $1.91. So if we apply that 44.3% margin estimate to this figure, the forecast will be or 850.2 million by the end of 2022. However, just to be conservative, and because we don't know what the Q2 will actually be, let's use a lower 40%. And again, I'm reading the article here, so I just want everyone to kind of know that. Obviously, I'm reading the article, but that lowers the 2022 free cash flow estimate to 768 million, which is up from 764. However, keep in mind that if the company continues to show a 44% margin from Q2 on, we can raise our estimates further. So, that's good, because do I think they're going to keep increasing the free cash flow further? I do. I'm just, again, the way that I see this management, the CEO, Alex Karp, I've mentioned before that it seems like he's playing chess rather than checkers, and that's just, my opinion on it, but I kind of view the CEO, Alex Karp, kind of like how I view people like Steve Jobs and Elon Musk and these visionary type of CEOs. To me, I put them up in that category, and that's just my take on it, but, I'm very bullish. So he goes on to say, I expect to see Palantir produce solid results for Q2 with an equal to higher margin. And that's free cash flows again. So look for Palantir stock to move closer to the 34 price target, or 56.8% over 2171. And then just as a disclaimer at the bottom, it says that this the date of this publication, that the author did not hold a position, and that the opinions, of course, always expressed are just that of the writer. But it is good to see that he doesn't have a position, in my opinion, because then he's at least coming from it more objectively. I would think, if you're someone who does have a position, you have a position for a reason, and you're bullish. If you don't have a position, you're a little bit more objective. I think, because you don't really have any skin in the game. So this author, the disclaimer says there that he doesn't really have any skin in the game, meaning he doesn't have a position, but he is bullish that on the price target. And price target's just a price target. They can be wrong. Of course, they're often wrong. Nobody has a crystal ball, as I like to say. But I just wanted to share that info with you and kind of read that article, because I am bullish. I am optimistic about the future of the stock. I really love the company. But it has been a little bit depressing, just kind of seeing it kind of on a little bit of a downward trajectory and then trading flat, and anything to give it some upward momentum would really make me happy. So, I hope that it's the case that through the free cash flow that this particular author is citing, or whatever else that may come out in the earnings report, hopefully the market does like what they hear and reacts favorably. As for me, I'm still buying shares, honestly, on a daily basis almost. And, nothing huge. I've already got a large position, but I'm adding a little bit, a few shares, pretty much every day. So I'm a big bull on Palantir. So let me know in the comments, guys. Are you bullish on Palantir like I am? And let me know with a comment, what do you think is going to be the result of the earnings report? Are they going to beat expectations or not? Or what are your predictions? I'd be interested to see if you think that there's going to be momentum as a result of the earnings report. Do you think that 53% is a reasonable estimate? Is it high? Or maybe you think it's low, and maybe you're even more bullish than the author of that particular article. But either way, I would love to hear your thoughts. And again, I do really appreciate you guys tuning in here. And before I sign off, I did say that I wanted to show some charts. So let's take a look real quick just at some of these charts. And what I want to throw up right here is kind of the future analyst projected revenue and free cash flow. You can see there with the blue line and the pink red line, kind of showing, the blue line is the top is the revenue, and the expectation for that is going up and to the right, which is what we like to see. That type of angle up and to the right is great for revenue. And then as far as the free cash flow, it's also moving in a positive direction. It's upward and to the right. It's moving upward, so that's good as well. If it was going down, that would be bad because this is a growth stock. But I wanted to throw those up and kind of give a little shot of that, and definitely smash the subscribe button. That's what I'm going to ask everybody out there. If you watched all the way through to the end, greatly appreciated. Hitting the subscribe. Again, that's so much appreciated, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving me some support as I'm trying to grow this channel. I'm trying to continually get better and better along the way, but I hope that you do enjoy it. I hope that you do find some value within these videos, and hopefully you find it entertaining to watch. So again, I'm going to sign off now by saying that you guys are all so awesome, that this is Justin Daniel Finance. I hope that you all enjoy the rest of your day, and until the next video, take care.